Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about working with the ADO data control in Visual Basic Programming Language. In order to work with the ADO data control, I have developed a VB application. In that application, I have used the ADO data control. That ADO data control is linked with the database, whereas the database is created in MS Access. In that database, I have used one table, table 1, which consists of a certain number of records. Those records are viewed using the data control by setting the properties. Let's see the demonstration. MS Access, and I already created the database DB1 and the table name is table 1. Here these are all the records I already stored. These are the fields: E number, E name, date of birth, designation, department, salary. These are all the field names I already used for keeping the record details. So totally 4 records I have stored here, and then the database name is DB1. Then now let's start Visual Basic. I already prepared the ADO DC control application. Before that, let show you how to select the ADO data control. If you see the toolbox here, there is no ADO data control. So in order to bring the ADO data control, we have to select project, components. Then from this components dialog box, we have to select, we have to check the checkbox Microsoft ADO data control. Just to check it and then apply, then close, so that this control is added. This is the ADO DC control. In order to fix it over the, bring the data ADO DC control in over the form design window, just double click it. Okay, now it is available. Okay, this is how the ADO data control can be added over the form design window. Let's open the, and another way is, apart from creating the database using database systems, here there is another option, that is add-ins, Visual Data Manager. We have to go to add-ins, then Visual Data Manager. Then using this window, you can create new database, new MS Access, DBase, FoxPro. There is a possibility of creating the databases in these representations also. For creating a Microsoft Access database, there are 2 versions, version 2.0 and 7.0. If you click this one, you will get the, it will ask you to enter the name. For example, time being, I am using DBA1. Okay, so that this window you will get, and then just right click it, the new table. New table will be created. You have to give table name here. For example, I am giving T1, and then you have to add a field. Then this, when you click add field, it will ask you to enter the name of the field and so on. For example, simply I am adding E1 text data field. Let it be numeric data field. So single, then OK. Then let add one more field E2, then let it be science text, then OK. So after adding the necessary fields, we have to click close, then build the table we have to give. So after clicking the build table, then the corresponding table will be added here. Then in order to add the records, we have to just right click the table, then open. so that you will get this window, and you are allowed to enter the records. As we already created two fields known as E1 and E2, so that those field names are added here, and you are asked to it is ready to accept the values. So in order to edit the values, we have to give add, so that it will allow you to add the records. So then update, then to add one more record. After adding a particular record, here this column will display how many records already added. So in order to add one more record, just click add, then second record you can add, then update, so that here as the records are being added in this column, you will get the record counts. So totally 2 records are added here. So like this is the way of creating a database using MS Access, being in with the Visual Basic editing mode. Okay, no need to move to MS Access, no need to have the MS Access installation. So if you don't have MS Access in your system, you can use this procedure to create the database in MS Access. But here I am using, for this application I am using MS Access directly, and I have created the database known as DB1. Okay. Now let see the project already I developed. So open project. This is the project I already created to show you the procedure of working with ADO/DC control. So now this form design window is opened. This is the ADO/DC control. By using the same procedure, this ADO/DC control I added, and these are all the label controls added for representing the, for labeling the columns, and these are all the text controls used to display the corresponding values. And by right clicking this ADO/DC control, you will get one of the options from the pop-up window is ADO/DC properties. Just click it. Then among the 3 columns, you have to select use connection string. Just removing this one, I will show you. So use connection string and then build, so that you will get a data link properties window. From this window, you have to select JET 4.0 OLEDB provider. The reason for selecting this one is we are working with MS Access database, so that in order to work with the MS Access database, either of these OLEDB providers we have to select, either 3.51 or 4.0. So here I am using 4.0. So after selecting this one, I have to click next. Then I have to select the database name. Just to click this 3-dotted box, then select this database DB1, so that with the complete path of the database, here it will be selected. And then test connection. So if you get the message test connection succeeded, then it represents your selection procedure is a successful one. After getting this message, you just click OK. If you get any error, then you have to recheck whether there is any problem of linking OLEDB driver and then linking a database and all. Okay. So after test connection succeeded, you have to click OK. Then now the next step is you have to select the record source. So in this column, command type, just click the drop down arrow. Then among these options, you have to select the ADCMD table. The reason for selecting this option is we are having the record set in the format of table. So that ADCMD table is the format of table from where we are going to refer the record set. So ADCMD table, and then here table or stored procedure name, here you are going to refer the table, so that just click this button and then select the table. Since only one table is available in the database DB1, just select it, then apply, then OK. Now the property setting is over. Okay, the next step is we have to connect the ADO/DC control with all these text controls. Which column the corresponding text control is going to be displayed, we have to represent. So in order to set the properties of text control, we have to select the properties window. Then here the control for which we are going to set the property will be displayed here. Here text 1 is going to be set up, so the text 1, and then data source, this is the property data source for connecting the ADO data control. Here ADO/DC1 is the data control name which is going to be added with the text control, so that data source ADO/DC1, and then the data field is E number. Here if you select this one, then you will get the list of data fields available in the table 1. So among them you have to select the appropriate one. Here we are going to display E number in this column, so that E number we have to select. Okay, like that for the successive set of text controls we have to set the data source property and the data field property. So like ADO/DC1 E name, like that we have to set for all the text controls. Once it is done, now after that we can execute the program. Here I am using 2 forms, so just to change the property into form 1. So in order to change the properties of form 1, just move on to project, properties, and select form 1. Now execute the program so that you can view the records. So if you see the ADO/DC control here, there are totally 4 buttons at both ends available. The first button at the leftmost side is for navigating the record to the first record, and the next to that button is to view the previous record, and at the right hand side the rightmost button is used for navigating the last record. Move to the record pointer to the last record, and this button is used to move the record pointer to the next record, next to the current record. So if you click this one, then it will move to the next record. You can now you can view the next record, then just click it so that the next record will be displayed here. Then click, then totally we are having 4 records now, so that it will display them. Okay, first record, last record, previous record, like that we can navigate the records. That's it. I hope you all understand the concept of working with the ADO data control. Thank you.